Hey everybody, welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, everyone knows the J Lounge is a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with actors, directors, singers, music artists, you name it. They all come down here and they all have a wonderful time. As for Norm, I am very excited to be introducing my next guest to you guys this evening. He is a rising star, he's a rising artist, and he's just released his first R&B album. I am very excited for you guys to get to know this amazing music artist. Everyone, give a warm welcome to Kevin Johnson. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for coming on to the show. We are
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are super excited to have you. I am very excited to be speaking with you, and I'm going to go ahead and fire the first question at you. What began your passion for music?
To be honest with you, my passion for music really started when I was really young. I want to say I was probably in like the third or fourth grade when I had heard Sade for the first time,
Ooh, good
and
one.
I was mesmerized by her voice and fell in love with her music and her band and everything that they were about. And I can't tell you how many times I'd be walking around school singing Smooth Operator,
Yep.
and people are like, "What are you singing?" I'm like, "It's a song I like," and I didn't know how to explain it. But from there, music just kind of was always something that moved me, and it really, I could always find that music would not necessarily dictate my mood, but it spoke for me, if that
Mm,
makes sense. And
yeah.
I I grew up listening to all types of music. I come from a biracial background, so I grew up with my mom, and she listened to like Patsy Cline, and she listened to Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, Oak Ridge Boys, Conway Twitty, all the classic rock stuff, Doobie Brothers, and I really fell in love with like you know Asia, Toto, Steely Dan. And then as I started getting older and really getting into hip hop, for me it was LL Cool J, Heavy D. I'm a huge Babyface fan.
Yes.
Like Whip Appeal was one of my favorite songs growing up, and The Deal, like Two Occasions was just it's a timeless record, and that's one of those records that I really enjoyed, and I always wanted to be a singer like Babyface and write songs like Babyface and
Yep.
huge Prince fan, huge Michael Jackson fan. Prerequisites, right? I really didn't get into a whole lot of hip hop and really delve into rap probably till probably middle school, and that was just because proximity, right? I didn't grow up in an area that was going to have that for me. So, when I started hearing Bell Biv DeVoe and when I started hearing, NWA and Ice Cube and just all this different music, I was like, yo, what is going on here? And then the very first rap album I bought was A Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory. And from there, I fell in love with hip hop in a major way.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a record that they could put out that I didn't listen to. And then I started delving more into like the East Coast stuff and um, early Biggie, a lot of Wu Tang, um, Brand Nubian. Then the Roots came out, and it just music in general has just shaped my life so much. I just had such a passion for it, but I didn't have a passion for wanting to do anything with it. At that time, I was just a huge fan of music. I was always singing, always rapping,
Hmm.
and that was just really what kept me sane, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. That is awesome. First of all, really great choices, especially Babyface. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna, especially, if you're gonna be an R&B, genre, Babyface is just a legend. He's just a timeless artist, really. Um,
I like to say Babyface is the B in R&B.
yes, yes, exactly, exactly. I actually, yeah. He is the B in R&B. That is so true. I love that, and I love Sade. I'm so
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that used to sing Sade. in school. And yeah, yeah. So glad I'm not the only one because I adore her. She is just one of my favorite artists. Um,
100%.
yeah. Going on to the number two question. Describe your sound.
That's a little bit more of a nuanced answer on that one, simply because it's changed over the years. Um, when I started making music, I was making music from a place of anger and hurt, and it was strictly rap music, and it was just really a way for me to get all that anger and everything out. So really it started off as rap music just primarily, and then with a little bit of the R&B influence. My first album was very, very heavy as far as that's concerned. Second album, I was kind of in a better headspace, so it kind of turned into more like a party hip hop, having fun, but still a few songs with, some pretty serious messages and whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
And then I kind of fell into my lane, I guess you could say, right around 2012, when I dropped an EP with a new producer and engineer, and he really helped me carve out my sound and what I was looking for. And then from there, it just really went full blown hip hop and slash R&B, really more R&B influence as far as the production, as far as the beats went. And now it's more, I kind of meld and evolved into what a lot of my friends consider like dad rap, and and like
No.
because it's like nowadays it's like I'm married, so I'm not out here talking about trying to meet women at the club. I'm not out here talking about wild weekends and everything. The wild weekend I'm talking about is my wife and I being in bed by 10. You know what I mean? Like just having fun and just really enjoying the creative process of the music. So the sound right now is the sound for the best way I can put it is it's me.
Yeah.
And the my first R&B project, my first full R&B project, you know, that was something. Those are songs that I wrote a couple years ago, and I just didn't have the confidence in myself to release them or to even try recording them. So now my sound is just me at this point, and that's the best way I can describe it.
That is the best way to describe it. And I like that way to describe it. It's just you. It's not any other sound. It's not no one else's sound. It's just your sound.
And I'm not trying to be nobody. Like I'm there was a point in my music career where I was like, oh, I want to be that guy. And I don't have the necessarily the desire to be that guy.
Mhm.
I just want to be a person who loves what they do, puts out the music, and if at least one person relates to something that I'm putting out, or one person just falls in love with what the song, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. I completely agree. All right. Going on to the next question, Kevin. Name three artists who influenced your career.
Oh, there's such a long list. In no particular order, and not, I mean, I'm going to leave hella people out because you asked me for three. So, three artists that influenced my career thus far. One is I'm going to throw Babyface in there. Two, I'm going to throw Heavy D in there. And three, I'm going to put LL Cool J in there.
Ooh, love it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's just something about the writing of Babyface and how it's vulnerable, right?
Hmm.
Like if you go back and listen to all the songs he wrote for other people, it's so vulnerable. Everything he wrote for Tony Braxton, everything he wrote for Drew Hill, everything he wrote for After Seven, everything he
Hmm.
wrote for himself, just so vulnerable, and him not being afraid to be that person. Like that really influenced me as far as the writing was concerned. As far as the whole having fun and making sure I don't take myself too seriously, that was the Heavy D aspect. And Heavy D was a great rapper, great dancer. The dude could produce. He had a great ear for production. And then LL, like I just wanted to be like him because he was the ladies' man, and that's what I wanted to
Right.
be when I was a kid. Like I was like, yo, I'm never gonna look like this dude, but I can. My mind is sharp, so and my mouthpiece is
Yeah.
nice. So, I kind of, for me, when it came to LL, it was like the rap stuff was cool. Like 4321 is dope. Um, you know, and we all know that like the 10 album was like his rebirth as far as music's concerned, as far as production's concerned. But you know, it's just something about LL that just really was just like he was the dude everybody wanted to be, and he was the
It's
dude every
true.
girl wanted to be with. And
Hmm.
that's what I wanted to be. But he did it in such a way where it wasn't cocky, it wasn't brash and abrasive, even though he had his string of songs in there in the 90s that was kind of questionable as far as, come on, man, like you really that guy? Like Hey Lover was like, I thought it was such a cool song, and then I really sat down and digested the lyrics and what he was talking about. I'm like, why are you like scheming on somebody else's girl? But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let that deter me from listening to him. I know that music is entertainment, and I know that and I think I have that viewpoint from a very special place because music is entertainment, and people are going to take what they want. So those are the three who influenced my career. I do want to put an honorable mention in there, though. I need to put an honorable mention
Yeah, of
that
course.
Common's in there
Oh
as my honorable
yeah.
mention. I just liked his delivery a lot. His delivery was like unlike anybody else's. It felt effortless. So I really liked that and tried to incorporate that.
Yeah. I like your choices because you're right. Everybody wanted to be LL Cool J because he was the coolest dude on the block. Then you had Common, who was kind of soulful,
Mm-hmm.
poet. He's so, his I love Common, so I do appreciate your choices here. And yeah, I think they're great. I really do. I think they're great.
They
Going
really
up,
are.
yeah, yeah, they really are. Going on to the next question, can you name three people who influenced your career?
I can. I don't know if he knows it or not, but my really good friend Eugene, who also goes by Mr. Smooth, um, he
Love
really
it.
influenced my career.
Mhm.
He saved my life essentially. I was in a very dark place before I started making music, and I was not myself. I had a lot going on, and he was the one person who came to me and was like, "Hey, I need I need some of your time, and I need you to come with me." And he took me over to his place where he had a studio built in the backyard, and he was just like, "Look, man, we're gonna be in here. We're gonna listen to some music. This is what we're gonna do." And it went from us listening to just a bunch of beats to he gave me a pen and pad and told me to start writing. So I did that for probably about a month to 2 months. And one night I was in there recording and we were just having fun with it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. This is a great way for me to kind of ease my mind and whatnot. And he left me in there
Mhm.
for 15 hours.
Whoa.
And in that 15 hours, I wrote and recorded so many verses, and he showed me how to load up a beat into the program he had and how to record, and I would just record, and I did that, and he came in the next morning and was like, "You're still at it?" Like he thought I was going to be asleep on the couch, and from there I just had the bug, and I was like, "Yo, this is what I need to do." So he really influenced me from the standpoint of teaching me that it could be therapy. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are not fans of referring to music as therapy. But for me, it really was. It saved my life. Music saved my life, not just hip hop, but music. So he's one person who really influenced my career and really taught me how to just be myself with it. The second person who influenced my career would be my uncle. He's a musician, and he has been for a very long time. And the time that I spent living with him and my aunt when I was younger, and just the musical education I got from him, and always being given crates of CDs when he comes home from off the road, and him asking me and my cousins what we thought about this music that people were giving him to ask him what he thought about it. He was letting us tell him what we thought about it because we're the future, right? We were
Right.
the generation who was going to shape what music was going to be next. So my uncle George, he's just a huge influence on me, and I know he knows it because I've said it to him 100 times over. Um, but he really he really gave me an education that nobody else has that I've ever met in music. And I think it's given me a perspective and a way to look at music and look at what I'm doing. And I think it's something that's allowed me to remain humble in what I do and remain not with no ego in
Mhm.
music. Like because I know I'm not better than everybody else, but I'm better than the people that think they're better than me. Like that, it's that kind of situation.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
There's a lot of people that I've met who do not have good music, and they just have this ego about them, and I'm just like, I have good music and I don't have the ego, because music's about people, it's about community, it's about how can you, it's not about it's just I'm not just about getting money and getting the girls and popping bottles all the time and this, that, and the third. It's about emotion, it's about vulnerability, it's about people and what they feel in their heart.
Mhm.
So my uncle George really taught me that. He taught me how to listen to music in a way that, I see this discourse now all over social media. People talk about, oh, if you can hear the layers of the music. No, you're supposed to hear the layers of the music. That's the whole point.
That's the
And
point.
my uncle taught me how to pay attention to the layers of the music and find one thing in every song I listen to that I'm drawn to by that song. And if I say, oh, this is my favorite song, I should be able to tell somebody why it's my favorite song.
Yeah.
Not just that it's the artist, but I should be able to pick a specific moment in the song that makes it my favorite song. So my uncle was the second person who really influenced my career. Um, given the opportunity a couple of times to open for him, and they were great opportunities. The third person who really influenced my career, they came later in my career, and that's my wife. She
Oh,
really, I mean, just everything I'm releasing right now, if it's an R&B song, if it's a love song, it's about her. I have no problem saying that. Like,
yeah, it's so adorable.
I I feel I all the time her and I talk about how we wish we would have met each other when we were younger and, gotten together when we were
Mhm.
much younger, because she really is my person, and she really is the
Oh,
the one person that has allowed me to be vulnerable with her and emotional with her, and she never holds it against me. So for me, when I'm writing these songs and I get these feelings when I'm making these beats, I'm like, yo, this is another song about my wife, and I'm good with that, because I know there's some guy out there, some person out there who can't tell their significant other how they feel. They can't describe it. And I hope that some of my music or whatever that is, if somebody hears Under Your Spell, I hope that that helps them articulate to the person that they're with how they feel about them.
yeah.
And my wife's love for me and my love for my wife has helped me write those type of songs. They are accessible to everybody. It's not just women to men or men to women. It's everybody to everybody. So my wife really influenced me in that way, that she's shown me what real love is. And that's something I've never known in my life.
Oh, that is
So
so beautiful.
until 11 years ago, I had never known love. I thought I did, but the love was that same love that everybody else seems to find, which is it's that surface love. And this is love on a deeper level.
Mhm.
So for me, the third person who influenced my career is definitely my wife.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that is so sweet. Because you have amazing influences, your uncle, your wife, and you're really right. Some artists, we won't name them, they don't have like the best music and they have ego. And it's like those who produce music for the people, for the heart, for the soul, those are the ones that really don't have ego. Um, so I can definitely sense that from you, Kevin. So I definitely appreciate you there for sure. but I definitely appreciate your influences as well.
Mm, thank you.
Going,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Going on to the next question. I want to make sure, Kevin, my audience follows you and your work. Where are you on social media?
You can all look up Yo It's Kev 253. That's the handle on all my social media, my threads, Instagram, Facebook, my TikTok, all of that. I don't use the other one that used to be a bird. I really don't use that anymore.
Neither do
You know what I
I.
mean?
You're
So
you're fine. Neither
I,
do
I mean, I
I.
still have it. I still have it, but I really don't use it.
No.
So I'm not too yeah, I'm not too heavy on there. But I mean, I'm heavy on TikTok. I am heavy on Threads right now, and then Instagram. I'm generally on there.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, I highly encourage my audience. Make sure you follow Kevin Johnson on Threads, on TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you support and stream his music. We definitely want to see more of him, especially coming in 2026. So make sure you give him a follow, give him support, give him some shout out, and just make sure you follow him on all the social media and music platforms as well. Going on to the next question, what future projects are you involved with that you can give a little dish about to the J Lounge audience?
Future projects right now, I'm working on um, a music series that I just actually started almost a month ago. I call it Two Song Tuesdays. So from the end of August until the end of this year, I'll be releasing two songs every other week, one R&B song and one hip hop song. No features or anything, but I have all this music that I've just been recording. Um, and I'm just going to be releasing that. And then I'm working on my album for next year, for next summer. I'm working on one project called Grown Not Gone. Then I'm working on a project called Loyal to the Bounce with one of my homeboys who's a DJ down in Vegas. So those are going to
Oh,
be more like a hip hop, deep house type tracks, or deep house influenced hip hop tracks that he can play in the clubs and that anybody can play in the clubs. Working with a few up and coming artists. I produce for an artist who's up and coming out of the Bellingham, Washington area. She's going to be
wow.
great. She's going to be really great. Um, then I got my good man, XO Tony. He lives in Seattle. He's just getting started. He's an R&B singer. He's going to be great. And then I have a couple other artists that I produce for who always hit me up for some beats here and there. And that's really what I'm working on. I'm really trying to get the band back together, as they say. I got
Mhm.
some cats that I've done music with in the past, and they're like new dads, and they have their families and everything. And me, I'm on the opposite side of that spectrum where my kids are out of school, my kids are older, so I have all this time to create, and I'm really trying to call these guys back in and get these guys in the studio so they can be on this upcoming project. My boy, Mr. Mr. Smooth, he's going to be on the project. We're going to start working on some music for him. That's what I got right now. A big shout out to my guy JC Flow. He's out of the Bothell, Seattle area. Um, he's about to release an album on the 23rd, and I got an advanced listen that sounds amazing. And he and I are going to get back in the studio together and work on something. But I got a lot going on. I know it sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
but for me, it's not. For me, it's another day in the office. And I mean, outside the day job, like I work on music so much, and my wife allows me the freedom to be in my home studio. Which, when I say I'm in the studio, I'm actually in a home studio. I'm not just in my bedroom with the closet. You know what I mean? Like I built a studio in my garage, so I am in the studio when I say I am, and I'm always in here. I'm always working. So the future projects are about to be great, and I can't wait.
Yeah, my goodness. You got a whole stack here. My
That I do.
goodness. Do you have enough time to sleep or blink or anything else?
I do, and that's the great thing about it is like
That's good.
I work on the music on my time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm the type of person where, like I said, my wife likes to read. So if I see her sit down on the couch with a book, I know I got about a good 6 hours I can sit in the studio.
I know I've got a good 6 hours.
And
thought you were gonna say like an hour or two. You
No,
said
no, 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 no. I wish I was joking. I really wish I was joking. Like I have a good 6 hours to just be in the studio, and she doesn't mind. That's the thing. She told Tony when he was over here for his session on Sunday, and she was like, "Look, I spend all my time, all my free time with him. If he wants to sit in the studio, I'm not tripping." So I'll tell
I
you,
love it.
I know for a fact on Sunday, I could be like, "Yo, I'm gonna wake up at 7 and be in the studio till like noon. And I promise you, I go out in the living room, she's on the couch with a book and her cup of coffee, hanging out. And it's not going to be any problems, right? And we can still go out and do something that day."
I love it. That's a look. That is a couple with time in. Let's just
Look,
say.
time management is crucial.
Ah,
Crucial.
woo, my goodness, that's hilarious, Kevin. I love it. I really love that for you. Going on to the next question. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your music career?
The One of my biggest thing is I want to get a song in a movie. I have a few songs that I've written that I feel are movie worthy. And for me, when I write songs or when I hear the song after I'm done or during mixing, I'll sit here and be like, yo, this is a movie scene right here. I have a song called Running Back that I've been working on for 3 years. And I've only been working on it for 3 years because I'm stuck. And when I say I'm stuck, I'm like, I know where I want it to go, but I see too much of like a movie scene with this song to really sit down and finish writing it. So I really have to spend like a whole studio day doing that. But for
Right.
me, the biggest thing I want to accomplish is I want to get music into movies and television, and I want to help artists who are up and coming. I want to be their engineer, their producer, their mentor, whatever it is. And I want to, because I want to do it. I wanted to show them how to do this music with no ego. I want to show them how to do the music without cutting corners, and I want to show them how to do it with being authentically themselves.
Yes. Can I get an amen? Yes.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. I love that. I love that. And we're going to speak that existence for you, Kevin. That's going to happen for you. Something tells me that 2026, as much as projects you got, 2026 could be your year. I'm speaking that into existence for you. I'm
I
sending all
appreciate
that to
that.
you. Yeah, of course. All right, we just got a couple more questions. Going on to the next one. Name an artist you would love to collaborate with and why.
An artist I'd love to collaborate with. There are a lot of them that I would love to collaborate with. I would say, do you mind if I give you like my top three that I'd
Sure.
like to collaborate with?
Yeah.
Um, just off rip, one of them I'd love to collaborate with is Jameson. I really feel like he is such a eclectic artist and can do anything on the spectrum of music. I'm not sure if you're familiar with who Jameson is, but he's a gentleman from Michigan, and some of his early music, like from like 7 years ago, reminds me of like 90s R&B, like standing on the cliff with the wind blowing, linen shirt open, type of
Yeah.
R&B, and then he's
Didn't
got a
have
lot
to
of
go
stuff
there.
that's right. Hey, I'm saying like it's hey, the dude's got soul. That white boy's got soul, and he's funky. Yeah, I think he's one of the people I'd love to collaborate with. I'd love to work with Miguel. I
Ooh,
feel like he's such a phenomenal artist and
yes,
singer,
he is.
and I bet all those people who were on that TV show with him are upset right now and kicking themselves in the ass for making fun of him, because that boy has had a career, and I really love that. And the last but not least, I would love to collaborate with Run the Jewels. I would love to just collaborate with Killer Mike and LP, and do something really like audacious and just
Oh,
outlandish.
Those are
those would be the three that I would want to collaborate with.
those are very interesting. I like how they're different artists. One, Miguel is my favorite. Just there hasn't been a song that he hasn't put out that I just hasn't just loved. He is just, as you just said, a phenomenal artist. I love Miguel. So
So, so Miguel, the biggest thing about Miguel is people talk about the All I Want Is You album, and they talk so highly of that. And I'm like, you guys are sleeping on the Wild Heart album. Like, they're just sleeping on it. Like, he had some of the best writing, some of the best concepts for music on that album.
mhm.
And I mean, he had Lenny Kravitz on the album, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, do we need to say more? I mean, come
That's what I'm
on.
saying. Like, and the song that he did with Lenny Kravitz
Oh,
was absolutely phenomenal.
oh my
You know,
gosh. Yeah, no,
like,
I'm totally with you. I'm like, hello, if he has Lenny Kravitz. I mean, Lenny doesn't
and
do collabs with just any artist.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't. And Kaleidoscope Dreams was a phenomenal record. It really was. Like, Where's the Fun in Forever is one of the most thought provoking songs.
Mhm.
And him with Alicia Keys on that.
Ooh, haunting,
I mean, come on. Like,
haunting. Oh my goodness.
you
I
know,
get
you
you.
know what? I have an honorable mention for my collaboration, and that's the
Yeah.
Foreign Exchange.
Ooh,
Honorable mention, the Foreign Exchange. Fonte, Nicolay, the whole group. I'm the Leave It All Behind album was very pivotal for me, and I think that'd be a great collaboration as well.
oh, I love how you have all different genres. Oh, Kevin, yes. Let's speak it into existence for you, especially Miguel. Let's talk into this existence. Let's hope 2026 can be that year for you. That would be awesome. Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Oh, Kevin, I have enjoyed our conversation this evening. You are definitely a bright artist. I see a huge future for you. You got stacked projects. Um, I just cannot wait to see what 2026 brings for you.
Thank you. Me either. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, to date, I checked today. I put out 186 songs over the last 16 years, and I've got more. So
Yes, yes. Oh, that is oh my goodness, that is so impressive. That is so impressive. Like I said, 2026, we're speaking into existence. That's going to be your year. You don't blow up. I have no doubt you're definitely a bright artist, and yeah, you're definitely gonna get the gold. You are definitely gonna get the gold.
thank you for that.
Of course. Of course, and of course, I want to highly encourage my audience one more time. Make sure you follow Kevin on all social media platforms, Threads, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you stream his music on these platforms as well. We want to see more of his work, so make sure you give a follow, shout out, give some love. Um, yeah, just make sure you do that because he's definitely an artist you want to see more of. Of course, you guys know I've been your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, bringing you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, I will be back again soon. I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank my amazing guest, Kevin Johnson, one more time. And y'all have a great evening, and I will be back soon.